Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce CRMatics video session 115. So basically it will be an easy topic today. So what we will do is we will walk through whatever we have learned on the data flow side, that is the data set builder, and we will understand how we can replicate it on the recipe section. So on recipe also we have a feature which is known as the related object. It's more like a new kind of a feature only, and it exactly replicates the same thing which a data set builder does for you. So the way we build up the joins and everything, that is something you don't have to manually do it. You can leverage that use of related object which will automatically do it for you. And of course, after that, if there are further transformation, just like we did on the data flow side, you can do it on the recipe section as well. Okay, so what I will do is very quickly I will go to Analytics Studio. I will go to the data manager. I will go to manage data flow, and what I will do is from here I will open this session 13. I think that was the session which we were doing, right? So you understood how we leverage the data set builder, and now I will go to the data manager once again, and I will go to recipe section, and the same thing I will now replicate with the help of recipe. Okay, so here what we will do is we will go to this add input data, and let me filter out on Salesforce objects only, and here I will select the opportunity. Okay, so we have this opportunity over here, and what I'm going to do is that from here I will just select the requisite columns. Okay, so firstly I will select ID, I will select name, will select stage name, fine, and I think that's the thing. And let me search with ID what else I have. So I have the account ID, I will select the account ID, I will select the owner ID, and maybe I will also select the contact ID. Okay, now with this part being done, okay, so that's only selected. Now, the thing is that if you go to this related object, right? So under related object, you have all these objects which are there. So for example, we have this object account. I can go for this join. Okay. We have this object user, which will, join based on the owner ID. I will click on this user as well. And I have finally the contact. Now, if we just read what is written in the information section, it says the data prep suggests all of the possible Salesforce object with columns that map to your data set. Your selected input data is the left side of the join, and a selected object appears on the right side. So what it means is basically through this recipe, whichever objects you are selecting, for example, this is opportunity, whichever related object we have for this opportunity, all those objects will be a part, will be mapped properly. Okay. And whatever opportunities there. So for whenever we are doing join, there is some information on the left, there is some information on the right. So on the left, we will always have the opportunity. So you have to decide your grain object, your grain level object. So in this case is opportunity, and after that it will take care of other objects which has to be joined from those objects. So now the thing is that I have joined the account user and the contact. Now once I click on next, so as you can automatically see, it has leveraged that joinings and everything. I don't have to now separately do the joins. Okay, what I can do is here I can directly go for this output node, and maybe I can just write opportunity data set over here, of course, and I will just copy the same thing, and I will just write over here opportunity data set through maybe related object. Okay, I can write something like this of related object, and maybe I can share it in my recipe data set. Okay, I will click on apply. Now once this is done, now if you see over here, if I open this join, right, you see automatically the opportunity is there, the account is there, and automatically it has done a lookup. Okay, it has done a lookup where you have from the opportunity the account ID, and from account you have the ID. And similarly, if you go for this join one, so opportunity is there on the left side, that means all related records from the opportunity will be brought in. And if you go to this join one, you see the owner ID is being joined with the ID of the user. Okay, and similarly, if I go to this join to, here you see the contact ID which is coming from opportunity is joined with the ID. So with the opportunity records, I will get all the information related to their account, user, and contact details as well. Now, of course, if you want, we can do the proper naming over here. Okay, for example, with that related object, we got the joins and everything, but you can just do the proper naming. Fine. So here you can write something like join opportunity on account. Okay, you can click on apply, and rest of the things are fine. If you want, you can change the API name, but I think that's fine. They have automatically put the proper one. And if you go to the next one, here also the API name is fine, which is user. Okay, and you can just write over here join opportunity and user. And similarly for the last one, we can write join opportunity on contact. Okay, and we can click on apply. Now the problem is here, if I, for example, select the account, what is happening is it's selecting all the fields. So when you go for this related object feature, it will directly select all the fields over there. Okay, now if you want to change that, you can always do it over here. You just have to ensure that whichever is there in the join, whichever key is there, that is always there. For example, I do know that I need the ID, and based upon whatever further fields you need, you can always select. For example, maybe I need just, the ID name, billing country, and maybe the industry. Where is industry? Yeah, industry over here. Okay, so I can click on next, and automatically those fields will be selected. Similarly, you can do it for user as well. So I definitely know I need the ID, so I will go for this change columns. I will deselect whatever has been selected by them, and I will select the ID and maybe the name at maximum. I think I'm fine with that. Okay, and let me click on next. And similarly, I can go to contact, and I can go to change columns. And so if you see, automatically some random 50 columns will be selected. I think most probably the first few 50 columns which they get. Okay, so as you can see here, in three cases, in three objects, that is account, user, and contact, they selected 50 sample fields. Okay, the 50 fields which were appearing in the first. But yeah, if you want to make those changes, you can always do that. So for example, I want to select the ID, and I want to select the name from here. Okay, and yeah, I think I'm fine with this. Okay, so yeah, with that part being done, now you can actually save and run this recipe. Fine, I think the recipe will be free session 19. So let me click on save and run, and then let me name it as. Okay, of course we can monitor this over here. So yeah, let's wait for some time and let this be monitored. I think the sync ran successfully. Now the recipe is going to run. So finally the recipe ran successfully, and now if I go to my browse section, and if I go to the recipe dataset app, and let me open this, let me search over here, or let me just go to dataset section in this app. Yeah, so this is the dataset, that is opportunity dataset through recipe related objects. And finally, I can see all the information over here. So let me just directly switch back to compare table. And here, let's say I bring firstly the opportunity name. Okay, and I will bring something like maybe the account name. I will bring something like the username. I haven't selected the, I have selected the username. Okay, and I will bring the contact name as well. Okay, I don't think so. I have related contacts with any opportunity. That is fine. Maybe I can delete this one. Okay, that's fine. But as you can see, I am able to see the account name, and you can always rename from here. You can just, there are many other ways, but as of now, maybe I can rename the column. We can do it on the recipe section to transform node as well. But maybe I can just rename this column to something like owner name. That is fine. Let me click on apply. And as you can see, that is basically meeting the criteria. So I can save this lens as. opportunity details lens, and I can save it in my recipe dataset. Okay, which is fine. And let me click on save from here. So as you can clearly see, like this is the way we can go about. So basically, just like we have done it on the data flow section where we have taken the opportunity, I mean, where we have leveraged the use of dataset builder and automatically everything was built with the augment and SFDC digest node. The same thing you can take the functionality of related object functionality which you have on recipe, where automatically they will take the necessary object, Salesforce object, and they will do the necessary joins. The Salesforce object has to be there in your local org, of course. In that way, it can be leveraged. And of course, after that, you just have to make some naming changes just to ensure the recipe looks presentable. That's the only thing. You can skip that as well. That's completely. And randomly, it selects some 50 columns. So if you have certain criteria where certain fields needs to be selected, because with 50 columns, what will happen is it will take a lot of time for the recipe to run. So just to ensure the run time is being saved upon, you have to select a few fields from this. So these are some of the extra work which you have to do, but basically that can always be leveraged, the related objects, which where you don't have to spend much time on making up all these nodes. Okay, so yeah, that's an interesting part. But in such cases, the main thing which you have to ensure, which you do a thorough analysis from your side, is that uh, your grain object. Okay, so the grain level object, the object with which you are going to build the data set or the dashboard. That is something which you definitely need to know, and after that everything can be taken into consideration. Fine. So yeah, that's it about this video. Just wanted to inform you about this feature as well. And yeah, let's meet very soon in our next video. Thank you.